All right, today we're going to dig into something you'd probably scroll right past without a second thought, the website for a local plumber. Seriously, it's for a company called Dr. Drain, but trust me, hidden between the pages on sewer cleaning and emergency repairs is this absolutely fascinating story about marketing, community, and a surprisingly clever digital strategy.
It really all starts with this one question. What can something as totally mundane as a clogged drain actually tell us about an American town? You would be shocked. And that's the mystery we're going to unravel today, using nothing but the information we found on this one plumber's website.
Okay, so to really get what they're doing, we have to start with the problem they're trying to solve. And it's a problem every single one of us knows. It's universal, it's frustrating, and boy, when it happens, you need a solution right now.
I mean, we've all had that moment, right? You're standing at the sink, or you're in the shower, and the water just stops. It starts pooling around your feet, and you get that sinking feeling. You've got a clog. It's an instant headache.
So what's causing all this chaos in our pipes? Well, the plumber's own blog post kind of humorously points to the usual suspects. It's this friendly but firm warning to homeowners about all the hair, the grease, and yeah, those so-called flushable wipes. Quick spoiler alert, most of them are not flushable at all. But, when your trusty plunger just isn't cutting it, you have to call in the pros. And their website is very quick to show off the seriously high-tech tools they bring to the fight.
First up, you've got power rodding. The best way to think about this is like the brute force approach. They take this powerful, super flexible cable with sharp blades on the end, and they just send it right down the pipe to physically chew through whatever's in the way.
And then you've got this, hydrojetting. Now this is less about brute force and way more about a deep, deep clean. It uses water at an incredibly high pressure to literally blast away years of grease and scale from the inside of your pipes. It doesn't just clear the clog, it basically makes the whole line like new. It's definitely a more premium preventative service.
And this right here, this is where you start to see the strategy. This isn't just a menu of what they offer, it's an educational tool. By explaining that power rodding is for a solid clog, while hydrojetting is for all that systemic gunk, the website is already building trust. It's explaining the why behind the work, not just the what.
So you've got the problem, and you've got these high-tech solutions. But here's where our whole story takes a really sharp turn. Because this entire website, with all its detailed info, isn't aimed at just anybody. No, it is laser-focused on one very specific place.
And that place is Hawthorn Woods, Illinois. All of a sudden, the website stops talking about drains and starts talking about local history, census data, and the story of this specific little village. And this, right here, is where things get really interesting.
I mean, get this. Right there on a plumber's website, you get a mini history lesson. It starts with the Potawatomi tribe, then jumps to the Treaty of Chicago in 1833, then to the farmers who settled there, and finally to the village becoming official in 1958. Why in the world would a plumber care about any of this? Let's keep digging.
But the local deep dive doesn't stop with history. Oh no! The website then pivots to hard data, and it starts painting this incredibly detailed demographic and economic picture of the exact people it's trying to reach. First up, population. As of 2020, just over 9,000 people live here. So we're not talking about some sprawling city. This is a small, pretty exclusive village located about 40 miles northwest of Chicago.
The site even digs up this demographic breakdown from the 2010 census. It's painting a really clear picture of who exactly made up the community at that time.
Okay, now this number. This is a big one. The median household income is over $132,000. Right away, that tells you we are not talking about your average American suburb. This is an affluent community.
And just in case there was any doubt, the website gives us this final piece of the puzzle. In 2022, Hawthorn Woods was ranked the 8th wealthiest town in the entire state of Illinois. So the picture is crystal clear now. A small, wealthy, exclusive village.
So let's recap. We have clogged drains, high-tech plumbing, Native American history, and detailed census data. It feels random, right? Well, it's time to connect all these dots and see the brilliant picture they're painting.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Why would a plumber fill their website with all this stuff? What on earth does the Treaty of Chicago have to do with hydrojetting a kitchen sink?
Well, the answer is a powerful and really sophisticated strategy called hyperlocal digital marketing. See, this is about more than just fixing pipes. It's about completely conquering a very specific and very valuable piece of digital territory. And this slide right here lays out the entire playbook. Step 1, identify a high-value target, Hawthorn Woods. Step 2, use all that census data to deeply understand their ideal customer, an affluent homeowner who is probably willing to pay for premium services. Step 3, build authority with all that local history to prove you're not some faceless corporation. Step 4, all of this lets them totally dominate Google searches for things like drain cleaning Hawthorn Woods. And finally, Step 5, all that trust they've built helps turn a panicked Google search into a profitable service call. It's brilliant.
And just look at the language the site uses. This quote isn't meant for everybody. It's speaking directly to a Hawthorn Woods resident. Notice the keywords responsiveness, pricing clarity, workmanship. These are all words carefully chosen to appeal to a high-income customer who expects a premium, transparent, top-notch service.
Honestly, this website is a masterclass in modern marketing. It's not just selling plumbing, it's selling expertise, it's selling local credibility, and it's selling this deep, authoritative connection to one specific community. That history and the census data, they aren't just random trivia. They are the very foundation of a trust-building machine.
And that really brings us to our final thought here. This plumber's website is basically a digital portrait of Hawthorn Woods. It perfectly reflects the community it serves, which kind of makes you wonder if someone analyzed all the local businesses you search for online, the plumbers, the cafes, the mechanics, what kind of portrait would it paint of your community? And more importantly, what would it say about you?